favorite?
Mm, I would probably say ramen noodles from scratch.
Mm, that sounds good. Yummy. All right. Well, I think we got everyone. If we didn't get you, please say her. And if not, we're gonna get going and get started with the next thing with us starting in the class. We absolutely want to make sure that you're having kitchen safety. And so I'm gonna share my screen here with some really important kitchen details. And so we in this class will be using all the wonderful things that you have in your kitchen and in your house. And so we absolutely want to make sure that you're being safe. We want to make sure as well that your parents are cooking and supervising you as you're cooking as well, because we know that anything can happen. And so we're working with fire, we're working with heat, we're working with all of those awesome things. So let me share my lovely. Okay, so do you guys see this okay? Yes? All right, wonderful. So we want to make sure that you are washing your hands. Always wash your hands before and after handling food. Okay. Always make sure you tie long hair back. All right. Make sure that you have on your apron and roll up your sleeves. So when you're cooking, you don't want to have sleeves that are like long or they're going to get in the way. You also want to keep food preparation surfaces clean as well. So if you are, you want to make sure you wipe everything down. Areas that you're preparing food, you want to make sure that area is clean and spotless. You also want to make sure you're washing fruit and vegetables under cold water before use. Always ask an adult before handling knives and going near hot things. And if you're gonna handle a knife or sharp object, you want to handle it with care. If you have a knife, you want to make sure that you're always cutting away from you, right? So you're never gonna cut towards you like this. Okay, that's asking for trouble. So we want to cut away from ourselves. And can someone show me how to, when you pass a knife or scissors to someone, how do you pass it? Do you pass it with the point or do you pass it with the handle? You can unmute yourself. With the point or with the handle?
You pass it with the handle.
Yes, you always pass it with the handle. And when you hold it, you hold the handle up here and you pass it, right? Like this, okay? With knives or scissors. And you never want to throw, of course, but it's always good to say, you never throw knives, you never throw scissors or toss them, okay? You don't want, like I was telling Michael, we don't want to be like, hello. You be like, oh, hi. And then you're four, you're one down. Also always, oh yeah, like how it says, cut downwards on the chopping board so you avoid cutting yourself and you're cutting away from yourself. Turn saucepans and handles away from the front of the stove when cooking. Also use oven mitts when taking out hot dishes from the oven or microwave. So today we're going to be using the oven. So make sure you have your mittens nearby. Do not run around the room where food is being prepared. And also make sure you wipe up food spills immediately because you don't want to slip and fall, right? And get hurt in the kitchen. Also store food appropriately in sealed containers. Keep raw meat away from cooked meat at the bottom of the fridge. So things that need to be cold need to stay cold. Okay, things that need to be hot needs to stay hot. Okay, and then always wash your kitchen and eating utensils after use in hot, soapy water. Also, let me see here. We're going to talk about eating healthy. So as we are traveling to all these wonderful countries, we're going to be eating all kinds of food from different places. We're going to be trying all the spices that you guys have in your cupboards, right? And so when you're eating food, you want to have healthy portions of your food, okay? So what do you guys see on these pictures here? What do you notice? You guys can unmute yourself. I know this is an interactive class. I'm not going to be the only one talking. What do you guys notice with the pictures? The food groups, right? So there's the food groups, but also like how much vegetables are on this plate. Fruits and vegetables take up half of the plate, right? And then proteins are like a quarter, and then the other quarter down here are grains, whole grains, whole grain foods, okay? And then also make water. It says make water your drink of choice as well. So we want to make sure we have a balance. I love ice cream. I love junk food, right? But that doesn't mean I'm going to eat junk food every day, or a cup of noodles. Can't eat cup of noodles every day because it has a ton of salt. It has like 1,000 milligrams of salt. When you salt and prepare your food, you don't even put 1,000 milligrams. But when we eat a cup of noodles, right, we be like, right? So we want you to become aware of what you're putting into your body, because remember, your food needs to be alive. When your food is alive, you are alive. If your food is dead, then are your organs going to have anything to run off of? Not really, right? So when you eat healthy, you're going to have a longer, healthier, better, longer life. And that's what we're looking for. All right. So we have a video. Zaria, can you share our awesome video? Because we are going to Iceland, and Iceland has some really awesome, some really cool things. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never really thought about visiting Iceland. And so Iceland is really awesome because they have lovely hot springs. Okay, Zaria, I see your message there. Okay, so let me share it. I know Miss Zaria's having some technical difficulties. So does anybody know anything about Iceland?
You said about what?
About Iceland.
Oh. I know a couple things. I've actually been there.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I went to go hunting.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and also I would say what I know about Iceland is that it's more green than ice, and then Greenland is more ice than green.
Mm.
And I'm thinking Iceland and Greenland, you guys need to switch names. I'm confused now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome, D2. I love that you said that too. And so Iceland is known as the land of fire and ice. They actually have a lot of volcanoes there. And so the fire part is from the volcanoes, and then the ice, because it's so close to the Arctic Circle, and there's like glaciers and geysers there and all that good stuff. So Zaria's gonna play this video. Let's see how it comes on your view, Zaria. We're not seeing it. I see your screen large, but it's not playing yet. Uh-oh. Yeah, her internet's acting funny. Welcome to the world of Zoom. Okay, I'll share my screen. Can you guys see that okay? Yes? So can you guys hear me? Oops. Or is it loud? Is it loud with the video? You guys see all that ice? Is it ours? The D2, that's all the green you talked about, right? Look at that waterfall. Oh my goodness.
I've seen the biggest moose
The
in the
whales and all the icebergs. They have a lot of hot springs there. Wow. Have you guys ever gone whale watching before?
I'm good.
Oh my goodness. Don't fall in there. So that's the geyser, you guys. So they have geysers in Iceland. And that comes up from the steam from the volcanic, all that from the volcano underneath. And you see how all those rocks were really dark? That's from all the volcanic rock. So anywhere that you see that has black sand, like where I'm from, the Caribbean has black sand, and we have a volcano. All right. So I know this was a lot of pictures, but Iceland is amazing. Those geysers that you saw, they burst up with steam, and people actually, they also have the hot springs. Have anybody ever been in a hot spring? Did you go to a hot spring when you were there?
Me?
Yeah.
We did a couple of things. Yeah, we went in the hot springs. We went fishing.
Yeah.
And then you saw that ram, or well, not with the sheep, but they have rams and moose. That's what we went hunting for, rams and moose. And we went up on like the highest mountain I've ever seen in my life. It was so cold, and looked down at all the animals and everything.
Yes. That is awesome, Micah. You went to Iceland. That is fantastic. Would you go back?
Of course.
Awesome.
But it's really cold. I will say that.
Yes,
In the winter time.
absolutely, absolutely. So you guys, Iceland is a wonderful place for us to travel to and for you to travel to. So as things are opening back up, you can travel to Iceland. Okay. And so we're gonna learn more as we go. And also when you hear stories about the Vikings and stuff, that's from Iceland, right? And so the people are very hospitable, and of course it's an island. So us making fish today, it's right. It's not like a coincidence, right? Just like a lot of other countries that are islands or surrounded by water, they eat a lot of seafood, right? So they eat shark and they eat lots of different things. There are lots of seafood, of course. Okay, and so does anybody have any questions? All right, no questions. So if there's no questions, we're gonna start cooking.
What language?
Excuse me?
Here's the good part.
What's a language that they speak?
That's a great question. You know, it's so funny because normally I have all that information for you guys and I didn't get to pull that information for you. So I'm gonna do this. Whoever can find out what language they speak in Iceland. Do you know, Micah, you know what language?
I think they speak Dutch.
Okay.
I think
So if you can find out, so for our next class next Wednesday, whoever can tell me what language they speak in Iceland, you're gonna get Wooten dollars.
I
Okay.
already got it. I already got it.
You got it? What is it?
It's called Icelandic.
Icelandic. Okay, awesome.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So whoever else finds out and you can give me some information about it, you're going to get some Wooten dollars, and Wooten dollars give you prizes. And we'll talk more about Wooten dollars. Can somebody who's gotten prizes from the Wooten dollar store talk about the Wooten dollar store? What is the Wooten dollar store? Because we have some new people here.
Also, the wooden dollar store is where you use your wooden dollars to buy
Mhm.
stuff on the wooden store, and you can suggest things like I'm gonna suggest a
Yes.
gamer headset.
Ooh, that's a great idea, D2. Well,
How do you like redeem it and stuff like that?
what do you say?
How do you like redeem like the dollar thingies? And
Oh,
is it like you can get anything, or is it like certain things?
so there are things listed in the Wooten dollar store. I'm actually going to put it down here in the chat. So when you have time, feel free to go over to the Wooten dollar store, and all the things that are listed are things that you guys have said that you like, that you love, that you enjoy
You can get
working with, playing with, and so the things are listed there, and then you get to choose what you would like based on how much money you have in the bank. And from when you show up to your classes, like this class or any of your tutoring sessions or any of your other classes for the summer, you get 6 Wooten dollars, $2 for being early, $2 for staying for the full duration of your class, and $2 for having great participation and performance. Okay, so you can get 6 Wooten dollars per class, and your dollars add up. And then we'll have like special, spin the wheels where you get extra points for winning prizes, for doing different things. And so those are dollars that get added to your store and to your bank as well. Okay, and so you guys can check out the link. And then when we pick up, I think it's on the 30th. Don't quote me, but there's a day where we do a day where you guys shop. So you get to shop and buy all the things you want from the dollar store. And then we order all the things, and then we order them through Amazon. And then you guys just come to the center and pick them up. So yeah, it's awesome. All right, any other questions before we get started? Okay, so it seems like no one else has questions. So you guys, I want to make sure you have all your ingredients. You guys all have your fish, your breadcrumbs, your lemon, your Parmesan cheese, all your spices, your black pepper, garlic powder,
Can I
basil.
go get my salmon out of the garage?
You're gonna go get it?
Yeah.
Okay, grab it. You're gonna grab some butter, or if you have your cooking spray, some garlic, onions, your potatoes, vegetables, and all your different vegetables. So let's start off first with, let's go ahead and start prepping some of our vegetables, because our salmon is not gonna take a super long time to do. But what you can do with your salmon right now is we can actually, we can season it up, but let's start chopping some of our vegetables. And your parents that are there with you, you guys can tag team. And so let's go ahead and chop up, like I have some vegetables here. I have some zucchini. Let me put on my other camera here so you guys can see me down here chopping. Oh, that's a good, Micah, I love your view right there. So can you guys see my view? Yeah, you guys can see my view down here too, okay? So you want to chop your vegetables. So if you have bell pepper or zucchini or cabbage, all that good stuff. So I have zucchini here, so I'm just chopping the ends of them. And we're just gonna put these to a side because they'll go into the oven when we get ready for that part. And for this, you wanna chop your vegetables kind of chunky, so not too small. So I'm gonna actually cut these zucchini on a diagonal.
Medium size, right?
Yeah, medium sized.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. And um, so you can cut it on, you cut these on a slant, or if you want to cut it in half, if it's a big one, you can do that. What vegetables are you guys using?
I'm using carrots, and I have green string beans.
Yeah, that sounds good. So just give them a coarse chop. Like I sliced this one on a diagonal.
We're doing broccoli and spinach.
What'd you say?
I said we're doing the double green surprise, broccoli and spinach. And also I like steamed broccoli.
I'm so mad right now. My vegetables, every time I chop, keep falling on the floor.
Oh, so you got, you know what? Because they want to bounce around. So you got to try and keep them on the table. All right. So if you have bell peppers, you can chop those as well. And so you kind of want everything to kind of be about the same size. So like if my zucchini is about that size, you can chop it up to be kind of about the same dimension. So even if you cut it in strips and then cut it in half, you could do that too. And so everything is kind of has a good chunkiness to it. Because when we cut our potatoes,
I'm done.
So you want to cut up your other vegetables. Cut up.
Is there a limit to how many?
Well, remember you're cooking for your family, so you want to cook enough food for your family.
Oh, okay. I know how much.
How many people are in your family?
4.
Okay, great.
But I try to cook for 5 or 6.
Okay, just in case they want to have extras.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's perfect. Awesome, because when the food is good, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, and you come back and
How do we cut the onions? I would say how do you cut the onions?
So the onions, let me grab my onion.
There's a trick to that.
You're gonna cut them. So you're gonna cut your onion in half. So you're gonna cut your onion in half. Let me just go do a portion off on these.
Okay, yeah, we cut it in half.
Cut it in half, and then you're just gonna give it a coarse. Let me cut it with you. Hold on. Let me shift these over. So full vegetables here going on.
I'll say do we cut it like squares or strips?
I would say cut it like squares, because remember we're trying to keep the size like our bell pepper or like our.
I would say we cut it in strips.
So you want to cut in strips?
I would say can we?
You can. It's not gonna hurt if you cut it in strips.
I
Because
prefer squares.
I think the squares will be great, just because it's gonna be like a chunkier for your onion when you put it in the oven.
We have to cut it like squares.
Yeah, I heard it. I actually just kind of like this.
Mr.
And after this, I'm going to be doing a twist string.
Yes. Yes. I hear Micah. I hear you, and Dito, I hear you as well. Michael, what was your question?
You know the trick to it.
Oh, you have a trick?
Yeah, because I know when I cut onions, unless I have my glasses on, they burn my eyes, so I can't cut the edges off until.
Well, you know what?
Done.
So you say you have a trick so it doesn't burn your eyes. What's the trick?
Well, you basically take your onion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take my big knife and do this. It's easier, more control. I cut straight down the middle. like that. And then I come and make slots in it. And then
Mhm.
I just cut.
Okay,
Just like that.
awesome. Make sure you take off the skin,
Yes, ma'am.
the outer skin. But I think that's a great idea. So
I
you kind
usually
of,
take it off before I start cooking.
huh?
I usually take the skin off before I start cooking. Sometimes
Yes.
it gets stuck on there though.
Okay. Well, you want to take off the skin, and then just like how you cut it, I think is perfect. That's awesome. So like how you did it, I just cut it in half, and then you always lay it flat down because we don't want onions rolling around. So you did that wonderfully, Micah, when you showed us there. And then because of what we're making today, because we're making these awesome potatoes, we want our onions to kind of be about that same size. So like a nice chunky, if you notice the size of my items here. So we kind of wanted to cut it about the same size. So I'm actually going to cut it half this way. I'm going to do just a coarse chop on this. If you want to cut it finer, it's fine. But if it's like, you see it's like a little block there, like a little square, right? So it's about the size of my bell pepper there, right? Not too big, but not too small. If you want it to be finer, you can. I don't think that it's not going to kill you. It's not going to be bad. It's still going to taste really great. But when we put this next to our potatoes, it's going to give it great flavor, and all our vegetables. It's going to give it a great flavor when we toss it all together. Same thing here. So just cut it kind of going across, and then
Are we taking the skin off the potatoes?
yes, we are taking the skin off the potatoes. Now, if you have potatoes that don't have a thick skin, I forgot the name of the potatoes. I want to say Yukon. Yeah, I think it's the Yukon Gold potatoes. Yukon Gold potatoes don't have a thick skin. Their skin is actually pretty thin. So if it's that kind of potato, you don't have to peel the skin. But if it's one like a russet potato, then yes for cutting the skin off.
Oh, my eyes.
And you know what too, like how you said you have a trick for your onions. If you put your onions in some water, that helps with them not burning your eyes too. But it's a part of cooking.
It is.
Huh? And the thing is, you get better at it because you'll know how to move your face so that the juices from the onions doesn't spray up into your face. They don't spray up into your face.
Wait. First, I didn't even notice this. First, the zoom changed from gallery view to pinning. I didn't even notice.
All right, she's doing a wonderful job changing the views. So we're to you guys as you're cooking. So if you guys are doing anything interesting or you're showing your screen and you're showing us what you're preparing and cutting, we're spotlighting you.
Oh, that's why I'm on pin.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, I was wondering.
So it's for anybody. So it's random. We're not just focusing only on you, Micah.
Thank you.
We're focusing on all of you. So Zaria, you can make sure to focus on so you can spotlight anybody else that's I know some of you, your angle on your camera is not necessarily down on your food, which is okay. And we're gonna capture your faces, we're gonna capture your food, we're gonna capture all that good stuff. I've got some celery here. So I'm gonna cut this in here too. So we're cutting up all of our vegetables.
Ooh.
For those of you who have your potatoes nearby,
Ooh.
oh, Kayla, I see you over there too. I mean, yeah, I see you there. That's awesome. So you can peel off of your potato. And actually this, I noticed that this potato I have here, this is almost like that Yukon Gold potato I was telling you about. It has a very thin skin. It's not very thick at all. You can see like it's a very thin skin versus like a russet potato or like an Idaho potato that's thicker. So for the potatoes, cut them in half this way.
Oh, my eyes.
And again. And then we could cut it and then cut your potatoes on an angle. Cut them on a slant. So we're gonna create some pretty designs and our angles are on a slant like that. And if it's like I noticed when I cut it, like this size is smaller, this piece over here is a little chunkier, just cut it in half. Okay, and when they're about the same size, they'll cook evenly, cook better versus like one piece that's hard and another piece that's really.
Okay, let's transition to the potatoes. I think I cut enough onions. Let's see what now.
Let's see, my potato tried to run away.
I got small potatoes. Is that okay?
It is okay. So
Oh, wait, let me give me a second. I don't want to know. I got onion juice in my eye.
okay, so what I want you to do is wash your hands first.
Okay.
And then after you wash your hands with soap and water, grab a piece of paper towel and wet it with the water and just dampen it on your eyes. That will help. Cold water. But make sure you wash your hands first.
Okay. Oh. Feels better.
You guys are looking good over there. Kayla, what vegetables are you using?
I'm using zucchini, carrots, broccoli, mushrooms, potatoes, and peppers.
Okay. All right, so how are you guys all coming? Are you guys all coming okay on your vegetables, chopping them?
Is it okay if we make minced potatoes?
When you say minced, you mean like you're gonna cut them really small?
Yeah, and they're gonna be in squares.
Well, so because your potatoes are small potatoes, you don't have to cut them as small. So maybe cut them straight down. So cut them in half and then cut them in half again. And that's it. So they still have some size to them. Right? So So you don't want to do it like a mince. Let me see your potatoes, Micah.
Okay, this is how I cut my. Oh, this is how I cut my potatoes.
You see, you don't have to cut them that small. You can cut them. So cut it in half. Cut it in half, and then cut it. So like a plus sign. So I see what you're doing. You're slicing them, but I want you to cut it in. So you don't have to cut them that small.
I don't.
No. So
Okay.
grab your next potato. Let me see your next potato.
The other half.
So cut it in half. Cut it straight down the middle. And then cut it the other way. There you go. Just like that.
And I got 15 more potatoes to go.
You're just giving them a chop. Carrots here too. I'm gonna cut my carrots on the same slant as well. So we got that slant action going on. And remember, when you're cutting, put your fingers behind to hold down the food. So your fingertips should be underneath, right? Almost like if you were holding an orange and you kind of grab the food, right? You don't want that knife to, when you cut down, the knife should be kind of like, let me show you guys. It should be going across like your knuckle. Well, not touching your knuckles, but it should go straight down on your knuckles. So not going with your fingers under there, right? So.
Oh, I know what you mean. There's a better way to put it, I guess you could say. Do you mean like put your hands like this?
Yes, just like that.
Yeah, that's how you. That's basically that's what you mean.
So when you're copying, we want our finger. Our fingers have to last us our whole life.
Yeah. How do I cut green beans?
So for the green beans, you can just cut it. You can either cut them in half, or you can leave them. Whole.
Why not just snap them in half?
Yeah, you can snap them in half too. That's fine. I would say snap off the ends. Snap off the two ends. Make sure the two ends are cut. And
you tell me all that. Now I'm ready to use my little knife so I can chop it off, because I don't feel like snapping that all off.
You have all your knives there lined up.
Yeah, I have a potato knife, I have a parsley knife, I have a Dyson knife, I have a knife for carrots and lemons, I have a peeler, and I have a knife where I measure things, and then I have a thing where I put everything in a pile. That's how I keep my spices and vegetables organized.
So Micah, do you want to be a chef, or does anybody want to have a career in culinary arts?
No, I'm good.
Okay, that's fine. But is there anybody that does? I know Zaria mentioned that she's studying culinary arts. And so culinary arts is a wonderful career that you can have. And I mean, there's so many different things you could do with it. You can be a baker. You can do, main courses. You can do desserts. Just so many different areas. We all eat out. And so all those people who are in those restaurants, they are preparing and cooking food and adding love to it, right? And so even when we cook in this class, we want to add our love to the food as well. Sidebar, I'm chopping up, this is actually some parsley. So we're gonna put this to a side because we're gonna use this to add with all the breadcrumbs that we're going to season our salmons with. Or if you're vegetarian, you're gonna add it with the breadcrumbs to add onto your zucchini or your eggplant or your bell peppers or your mushrooms. So you can give this a fine chop like this.
I made my parsley look really good. I don't know how I did that. This one.
You say you don't know how?
Yeah, I don't know how I did. I just started cutting randomly.
I was gonna say, excuse me.
Yes.
I was gonna say, can you unpin a couple people so we can
You
see
can
Miss
see-
stuff?
Here.
Yes.
Put that there.
Miss Cristal,
Yes,
are you cutting parsley?
I am.
Okay. I'm gonna have to cut.
So if
Okay.
you have parsley or if you have basil, any of those kinds of herbs, you can grate and stuff.
It's done.
Daria, are you there? Are you able to unpin on my screen? So D2 can see how I'm chopping the parsley here. So I cut off the stems. So I cut off the base there with the stems. And I'm just gonna cut straight down. And we kind of want to cut this fine. So if you have your chopping knife here, like I do, you can.
That's how you chop parsley?
Well, because we're chopping it fine, yes.
That's not what I did at all. I just
What did you
took
do?
my knife. I just took my knife and took my hand, just went and rolled it up into like a bundle and just went up against it a couple of times, back and forth.
Oh, you did good. So look, I'm gonna do like how you said you rolled it into a bundle. So look, I'm gonna do it one more time. So I cut off the stems. And the thing is, you're not gonna throw away the stems. The stems we're gonna use, okay? We're gonna use it for something else, next dish. And so you can, like how you said, roll it up. You can roll it like that. Or how much ever, if it's a big bundle that you have, it's a small bundle. When I cut this one, it's a bigger bundle. But kind of like a little ball there. And then just cut. Is this what you did, Micah?
Yeah.
You
Almost.
did it right. So if you notice, my pieces are bigger there. So now I'm gonna go back and chop it finer.
Well, Miss Christelle, I basically chopped my in with my parsley, my stems.
You cut the stems in there too. It's fine. The stems are not gonna hurt in there either.
But that means I don't have any stems for the next dish you're talking about.
Well, no, not for the next dish. You can use the stems in any other thing that you're eating. If you're eating a salad or if you're, you can still put the stems in there. So.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, for like a
Yeah.
side dish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I already have my side dish worked out, so I don't have to worry about that.
All right. So how's everybody else going? How's Andrew and Candace, Michaela? How are you guys doing? Speak back to me. Let me know how you guys are doing.
It's going well for me. It's just that I couldn't make it because I'm vegetarian. So I just substituted some of the stuff.
Okay, so in this class we have vegetarians as well. You're not the only vegetarian. So you could use so what did you substitute it for?
Well, for the salmon, I just did sweet potatoes instead, and I'm just gonna mix it together.
Okay, that's totally fine. So all the dishes when I made the menu, I normally include the alternative for a vegetarian. And so for next week, I'll make sure to have that in there. So you guys will be taken care of and you're still cooking with us with everything. Okay, so you guys, let's put together our spice mix because we're gonna put spices on our vegetables. And you also want to get your baking sheet that you're going to put into the oven. So now is a good time for us to turn on our oven so it can start heating up. And we're going to put our spice mix together and we're going to toss the spice mix over our vegetables and over our, and this same spice mix is what's also going to go into the breadcrumbs for the salmon. So we're going to use the spices on both things, the salmon and in our vegetables. So let's go ahead and start getting some of those spices together. So I'm gonna grab some of mine. prepare your
Can you give Candace the phone, please?
um,
What? You're at work? I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. I'll let you get back to your work. Candace is on here on the you know what I'm talking about.
should have oregano, thyme, chili peppers, and you're putting 1 teaspoon of each of those spices.
Is it chili? No, because that's chili powder.
Is it chili peppers
we
or
have
is
red.
it crushed red peppers?
So it could either be red pepper flakes or if you have cayenne pepper. But if you have the red pepper flakes, you can put the red pepper flakes. So put 1 teaspoon of that. Some oregano. So just to call out all the spices, there are black pepper, garlic powder, basil, oregano, rosemary, thyme, red pepper flakes, fresh parsley.
What were the spices again?
So we've got black pepper,
Okay.
garlic powder,
Okay. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Pepper. You say garlic powder, right? Okay. Garlic. A little bit of pepper here and there.
so some thyme,
Thyme. Okay. You want some oregano, right?
oregano, rosemary.
I don't have any rosemary.
It's okay. And then the fresh parsley.
Fresh parsley.
So don't add in the fresh parsley just yet. Keep your parsley over here on the side.
What about the ground red pepper?
That's fine.
Can I put that in there?
Yeah.
What about the minced garlic?
Okay, so for the minced garlic, if you have garlic powder or if you have fresh garlic, I know that's the thing when spices can make you sneeze.
Spices make you sneeze?
Yeah.
I never knew that people get allergies from spices. I've never had that happen.
Well, it's not so much the allergy, but you know the spices go in you. Woo.
Yeah, I understand because that happens with onions to me.
So if you have fresh garlic, the minced garlic, you can chop your garlic and add that in as well. So let's go ahead. We got to get stuff into that, you guys. So let's do this. Let's put some of our so these spices that we put together here. Let's sprinkle some of them. So I have a big bowl here with potatoes. I'm gonna put some of my put some of your onions. Leave some of the onions for when we put it next to the fish. I'm gonna put some of my bell peppers here. And I'm gonna put some for to go with the fish as well, because I have 1 tray for fish and 1 tray for the vegetables. So we should have extra bell peppers, and like onions. So let's just put a little bit of the spices over it. Just sprinkle a little bit of that over it. Like that.
Uh-oh. Kitchen's coming out of order. Put it
If
back
you
in
want to
order.
use your hands and go like this, you can. Or if you want to use a spoon. And if you have some olive oil,
How about a lot of oil?
or that butter, we're gonna drizzle some on our
Let's use olive oil. Is that a salad?
No.
gonna drizzle some on here. And also put some salt in here, you guys. Wanna season our vegetables.
Can we add carrots to it?
Yeah. So this is for all the vegetables, okay?
Okay, what about our string beans? I mean,
Put
our
your
green beans.
string beans with this too.
Okay.
Your string beans are gonna get that seasoning and the drizzle of that olive oil. So just toss them in there, and then we're gonna get your baking dish.
I'm putting avocado oil in here because I use avocado oil for everything.
That's fine. Avocado oil, that's fine. So I have an aluminum dish here. On the recipe, I know you can use foil paper. So if depending on your pan, you can line it with foil paper so that it doesn't stick. The olive oil that we've put on the vegetables here is gonna coat the bottom. And I'm gonna pour my
You should close the breadcrumbs up because you're not using them right now. And ask her, what are you supposed to be putting in these
I'm
vegetables?
waiting on to for them to be talking.
She ain't saying nothing.
Okay.
So you want to spread out your vegetables. So you don't want to crowd it too much at the bottom. So it should be kind of spread out, okay? So all the vegetables should be touching the bottom of your pan.
Okay, give me just a second to get my pan. I didn't know I was supposed to have two pans.
And if you have, like, for me, I'll grab another, if you have another pan, so depending on how many potatoes you have.
I have a question.
Sure.
So what do you add the seasonings to?
So you're adding seasonings to the vegetables.
Okay.
And we're also gonna add seasonings to the fish. So
Okay, so you want me to just do it halfway? So like half of the seasoning on the vegetables and half of it on the fish? Or do you want me to make like a whole nother batch of seasonings?
So depending on how much vegetables you have, you can you can do it half. But if you have a lot of vegetables, then you can make more seasoning to go on your fish because we want to season our fish really good too. So
Okay.
put enough.
Okay, and also, Augusty, can we put broccoli in the vegetables?
Yes, you can put broccoli in here. Absolutely.
So that
All right.
the broccoli?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and put this in the oven. And so let's put our vegetables into the oven, and then let's start getting our fish. Let's start getting our fish seasoned and putting our breadcrumbs on it to go in the oven as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that.
Can we put our parsley in the vegetables?
Wait a minute. Check.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You're not on. Oh, yeah, sure.
Augusty, do we put the breadcrumbs on the vegetables?
No, the breadcrumbs is for the fish.
Okay.
Can we put parsley in our vegetables or no?
No. Parsley is for the fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
How high do we want the oven to be?
Did someone have a question?
Yes. How hot do you want the oven to be?
You're gonna set your oven to
I put mine on 350.
400 degrees.
Okay.
400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Can I open my salmon and start seasoning it?
That's what we're gonna do next. Let's
Okay.
open up your salmon. Make sure you have your salmon in a space where it's not gonna make sure your surface, you can have a different surface, or like a lot of times I'll use my same cutting. I have another cutting board that I'll just put on top of this wood one.
Oh, I'm gonna need to descale this salmon. Oh, right.
Okay, so for our salmon, we want to season it. We want to season it really well. So let's put together, if you, like me, I had a good amount of vegetables. My seasoning mix is, I need to replenish, right? So let's add some more of those seasonings like we did before.
Garlic. This time, can we add parsley?
Yes.
One.
Well, so hold on. So for the parsley, we're going to season our fish, but the parsley is actually going to get mixed in with the breadcrumbs, and that's what we're going to crust onto the fish.
Okay, that makes sense. So, so do we put onions, or are we just doing the same thing that we did last time?
Exactly. Ooh.
So we're basically making the vegetables again, except this time we adding parsley.
No, we're seasoning.
Confused, very confused. Mr. Still.
Yes.
So you said oregano, thyme, red peppers, garlic powder, minced garlic, and then onions, carrots, green peas, green beans.
Remember, are you talking about for your seasoning, or are you talking about for your
I'm talking about for the fish.
For the fish, it was just your you're mainly gonna keep some of your onions. If you had onions and like bell peppers, we're gonna put that on the side next to your fish.
Oh, so that's gonna go around the fish.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're trying to do. Okay.
So, because remember, the crust that we're putting on this fish is just resting on top, but underneath, we still want to make sure that the fish has good flavor. So that's why we're seasoning it underneath, and we're gonna season it on top.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my fish here in this bowl. And if you have some fillets here, like I got these fillets that came in a pack. However you have them. And because remember, you guys were working with fish, which is raw fish. So when you touch this fish, you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna scratch my hair. Okay, you can't do that because then that's called cross-contamination. Okay. Sometimes it's tough when you like touch something and you're like, ah. So we're gonna put the fish in here.
I had to cut more onions because I didn't get enough.
Yeah, so put exactly what you need. Okay, so I'm gonna sprinkle some of this all over. I'm actually gonna lay it out here. Sprinkle some there.
Christelle, who are you cooking for?
And who am I cooking for?
Yes, ma'am.
So I have my family as well too. I have my parents I cook for, and make sure you also put some salt. I'm gonna season it on both sides, you guys. Okay. And on this side. Kind of pat it in, you guys. Rub it around on that fish. Fish is gonna get happy with that seasoning there that you used. Okay. So now this is a good time to go to wash your hands from touching the fish. Okay. And we're gonna start crusting it on with the breadcrumbs. So let me wash my hands. And
oh, I should never decide to cut more onions.
You said you should have cut more onions?
I should have never decided to cut more onions. I should have just cut more onions in the first place.
Oh, because your eyes are watering again? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so remember, if you move your face back, so still look at what you're doing, but kind of hold your face back a little bit. Put some water onto your, run your onion under some water. And kind of just hold your face back, then that will help. The spices kind of got me a little bit, so I had to hold my face back because the spices was making me sneeze. Okay. So let me wash my hands.
Whew. Okay, Mike's back in the game.
All right, so we're gonna take our breadcrumbs. So we're going to add a quarter cup of breadcrumbs.
All right, you're right, Miss Christelle. Good work.
Garlic for.
Hey, when do we use the minced garlic?
Oh, good questions, you guys. Somebody asked me, when do we use the minced garlic? So we're actually gonna put the minced garlic, or if you have garlic powder, we're gonna put it in this same mix.
I've been using minced garlic. I use them on my vegetables too. Is that okay? Minced garlic.
Again, Micah?
Is it okay if we use the minced garlic in our vegetables?
Yeah,
Okay, thank God.
it's just gonna, it's gonna give your vegetables great flavor as well. We're gonna use about a 1/4 cup of our breadcrumbs. And based on how much, and so again, based on if you're cooking for your family, if your family's large and you use more fish, then just add some more breadcrumbs, okay? We're gonna put that in there. We're gonna add in our we're gonna add in the parsley, my breadcrumbs, our Parmesan cheese, our parsley, and so for the Parmesan cheese, it is a 1/4 cup again. So the thing about this, because Parmesan cheese is salty, we don't have to add salt to this. It's already salty already. And you could taste it. You could taste it. And you
Okay,
can
now
add
what do I do?
those are my
What do I put in the breadcrumb roll?
We're putting the breadcrumbs, the Parmesan cheese, the parsley, your minced garlic or garlic powder.
With the thyme, oregano, and the red pepper and the garlic powder?
Oh no, we're not putting the red pepper yet. The red pepper is gonna go around the fish when we put it on in the tray.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have some, so if you have butter, it says you can melt some butter. And we're gonna pour the butter in here. Or if you have some of your same olive oil, or if you have, like I heard you say, your avocado oil, we're gonna pour it in here.
Wait, I'm confused. So weren't we supposed to make like a topping with the minced garlic, the thyme and the oregano, and then the garlic powder?
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna pour, so that's what we have in here in this bowl. We've got the breadcrumbs.
Thank God, okay. I'm doing good,
You're good. So now let's add the butter.
Okay. I don't have butter, so I'm gonna use avocado. I mean, I have butter, I'm gonna use avocado oil.
Yes, add your avocado oil, that's just fine. So when you stir this in, it should be kind of together.
Okay.
It should be kind of, it shouldn't be like really, really crumbly. It should kind of be grouping together.
Really crumbly.
Add oil based on, or the butter based on how much you have, and kind of press it, push it together. You know, it's a good consistency. Like if you notice when I push it together here, it kind of stays.
How much breadcrumbs do we add?
A 1/4 cup.
So half a cup.
Half a cup is okay. Because how many pieces of fish do you have?
One big large piece.
Okay, so then I think half a cup is fine for you. Okay, so I have these 3 pieces of fish here. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your mix here and you're gonna just press it on the top. Or if you have your zucchini, or if you have your mushrooms, you're just gonna fill it up. Oh, actually, you know what? Before you start putting it on there, put it in your dish so that it won't be hard to transfer over. Get your baking dish. You have your butter, you can just, or if you have a cooking spray, you can spray the bottom of your pan. So just kind of add some oil down there and get the sides as well, you guys. Okay, then lay your fish here. We're gonna cut mine just so I can here has some space. And this one this way, so then they could all fit in there. So you know, get creative so fish can fit into the dish you've made. And then now come back to your breadcrumbs and then crust it onto the top of your fish. Once you finish crusting it on, you're just going to pop it into the oven, okay? Coming okay? This is smelling so good. Just with the parsley and the Parmesan. Oh my God. It's not even cooked yet. Jeez.
Yeah, everything's already set. Because I'm cooking something else and I'm picking on. You don't need the oven open. Like, really? You have this on me? Huh? Are you on me? No.
Okay. Right. So depending on your dish, like my dish is kind of small for this pan, so like how my thing took up all the space, but go ahead and still put some of the onions just down around the sides. So those extra bell peppers that we kept back, you can still put them on the sides, going around. Are you guys smelling your vegetables in the oven? You're smelling them, that's a good sign.
I know.
Just put your onions to go around. Okay, so let's wash our hands from touching the fish, and then let's put everything in the oven. So everything should be in the oven, right?
You said to put the red pepper around the fish, around the onions and the fish, right?
So it's just going around, depending on your pan. If you have like my container here is pretty small because my fish took up all the space in here. But you can put it around the corners. If you're using a bigger dish, then if there's space in between your fish, depending on the size of your pan, put the onions in between, all around your fish. Or if you have it like mine, if you have a smaller like mine, then just go around the edge. Just work with what you got. Let's get it in the oven, you guys. And I don't know about you, but I smell my potatoes, my vegetables in there. So we want to give them a toss. Give our vegetables a toss that's in the oven already. But let's go ahead and put our fish in the oven.
Mommy, everybody is going the same place. She's moving faster. She knows how to cook this dinner. Everybody at the same place I'm going. We all at different paces.
Miss Cristal,
Okay.
I have to leave. I have karate class, but thank you so much.
You're welcome, Candace. Awesome. So please take a picture of your fish, okay? When your meal is finished, take a picture of it, okay? Take a picture of it on your plate.
Okay, am I supposed to like send it to someone or something?
Yes, you can send it to the office phone.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have fun at karate.
Have a good.
Miss Christelle, is this a good consistency?
Yes, Micah?
Is this a good consistency for the breadcrumbs?
What'd you say? What about your back?
It's just good consistency for the breadcrumbs and everything.
Yes, that looks like good consistency. When you push it, does it kind of stick together? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So I kind of just grabbed my vegetables. My vegetables aren't done yet, but I'm just showing you guys how I'm tossing it around.
Can I put it on my fish now?
Yes, put your fish, put them on the fish, yeah. Because we gotta get the fish in the oven. We want to eat the fish.
I'm trying to go slow so I make sure I have everything.
Mm-hmm. You're doing a great job. So I'm putting these vegetables back into the oven, okay?
Miss Cristal? Miss Cristal? You're muted.
Yes.
Oh, what do we use the lemon for?
Oh, the lemon. I remembered and then I forgot. I'm glad. See, look, we all have to remind each other, right? So the lemon, you can actually squeeze the lemon over your fish. If you put it in the oven, you can actually grab it out and just squeeze some lemon on it. And
Can you roll it?
I'm gonna make it taste great too.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me make sure we didn't miss anything else. Let's see. Onion, potatoes, vegetables. Yeah. Yes. So that lemon. So squeeze some lemon on it.
It's weird how he just came out the blue. Like, why you look like that?
Depending on your fish, you can use like half a lemon or if you have a whole lemon. If you have more fish, then use the whole lemon. If you have not too much, then you can just use half of a lemon. Okay.
So use a whole lemon. Mr. Stell, did I do this right?
Yeah, let me see. Okay, you crusted yes, that looks good. And you put the vegetables and everything around. Great. So go ahead, pop it in the oven.
Okay.
You guys, I'm stirring my vegetables. Just give them a stir and then pop them back in. And it kind of gives you a chance to kind of feel the consistency. Yeah, mine still needs to cook more.
That smells really good. Smells good. The lemon and the fish.
Okay, so everybody's fish is in the oven.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's clean up our station. So as our food is cooking, make sure that oven is closed nice and tight. Let's clean off our station. So when it comes time for us to eat, everything is gonna be clean and clear. And that's a sign of a good chef. The sign of a good chef is their station after they cook and also while they're cooking too.
You know the parent. You want to take a little bit of this? No, it's not ready yet. Mommy.
What is that, a salad?
I guess it's some people like no. It's not ready yet. No. Put it back in. It's not
Did you put the carrots in there?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on now.
Y'all can make it.
Come on.
Sit up.
If he mess up, let him mess up.
I don't know about you guys, but my house is smelling great. So what do you guys, what else? Tell me a little bit more about you guys. What do you guys like to do for fun? What have you guys been doing for fun during, I know now everything is starting to open back up. But what do you guys like doing for fun in your spare time?
For me, I play the drums, so I've just been going to like my little drum thingy and learning new songs. And
Awesome, Kennedy.
probably just like hanging out with friends also.
That's awesome. Okay, so Kennedy, do you want to be like a professional musician?
Well, that's I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to take on like a music major and like play the drums, or if I just stick with my software engineering degree that I want to get and become a software and have the software company. So it's between that, or I'll just do both of them and just do drumming as a side. So yeah.
What I was thinking. I was like, you could do both. You don't have to choose like one or the other. You can do both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you may have that one that's like your main thing. But then you have your other one that's just as important, but it's maybe not your main thing. So however it goes, it's you're totally flexible. You can make it what you would like for it to be. Or you could do software. You said software engineer, right?
Yeah, software engineering and computer science.
Yeah, when it comes to the music industry, software engineering is involved in that.
Yeah, especially with
So,
like composing tracks and stuff.
just saying. So it's kind of like those two things come together.
Yep.
So there you go, pow. So you're doing the two things that you love to do, software engineering and then music, because all of the all like how you said the beats, the hi-hat, all the different sounds that the drum gives, they put that all in software when they do like at the center we had we didn't do it last semester, but we had music production.
Yeah.
So it had all the different all the different sounds you can get from drums.
Yeah.
GarageBand was what we used.
Oh yeah, I always use it. I use it every day. I just experiment with like beats and stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Why is there no paper plates in here?
All right. Anybody else? What else do you guys like to do?
Well, yesterday I went to the driving range.
Which range?
The driving range. I used at the beginning of the pandemic I had started playing golf.
Yeah.
And then like towards the middle, I kind of stopped going towards that. I started going more times towards like hunting and fishing. Lately I've been doing more fishing and more hunting. But now I went to the golf range, so I'm very sore from yesterday.
Yes. You know what?
It's very frustrating too.
Yeah. Yeah. We normally at the center have a golf tournament every year. And I remember one time we were playing and I got home and I said, why am I sore? I was like, oh, it's because we're playing golf. Like you said, you were driving. So, that's awesome. Okay.
When you have the tournaments every year, do you like let the students play, or is it just like for the teachers and everything?
Well, we actually, I know we've had years where we've had students come. So not like, so everybody can't come on that day because a lot of times it's normally in the week. So you guys are normally in school. But we have had students come and play as well and play with their parents or with friends. And then we have donors and different sponsors that come and have fun on that day too. So yeah, because the tournament, so we give out like trophies and stuff like that. It's one of our largest fundraisers for the year too.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have a good time. Yeah. Okay, so we got fishing, we got music production and software engineering, golfing. Michaela, Andrew, Zaria, what do you guys fun? What do you guys like to do?
Well, I like to paint and play soccer.
Even when I'm cooking, I don't let my food.
Okay, that's awesome.
You and Dad, y'all be.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, you said soccer and what's the other one?
Paint. So I usually paint like, but I don't paint on canvas. I paint on like rocks and in bottles and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. So do you do like smaller rocks or do you do like larger pieces of rocks?
It depends. Like probably larger rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just do like patterns or something.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Different too.
I'm sure you have like a great
Like cheeseburgers.
Wait, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I was saying, I'm sure you have a great collection because they're all like your art pieces, but your collection of all the different rocks that have your art on them.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. I love art too. I love working with oil pastel and charcoal.
Oh yeah.
Those are some of my favorite. Mm-hmm. That is cool. Okay, Michaela, how's your food coming? Is it smelling up your house?
Yeah. I already have it dished up because it finished. So I have it dished up and everything.
Let's see. Oh, you already have it dished out like you're eating? Oh my goodness. What? Just ready. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
so what, okay, so Michaela, what does it taste like?
It's good. The fish is pretty tender.
And then how about your crust? How did your crust get nice and crispy?
Yeah.
Tip.
Mm-hmm.
When your fish look for it to get nice and crispy because that cheese is going to get nice and crispy and everything, but you can turn on your broiler. If you have your broiler in the oven, you could turn on your broiler, so give it a nice like good not charred, but it'll give it that good extra crispy because the heat's going to come down on it really good. And I see you have peas on yours. You did peas with yours, is that right?
Yeah, because we didn't get vegetables, so I just took some peas.
Okay, that's great. And I'm glad that you did, because you guys, if there's ever a week where you can get something or maybe you don't have something, just improvise. You can substitute it for something else. Feel free to call the office number and say, hey, Miss Christelle, can I use this instead? But for the most part, if it's something like if it's just a different kind of vegetable, it's totally fine. You don't have to call about that. But for sure, have fun with substituting it with something if you are not able to get it, and most of the recipes are all things that you guys can easily get. Unless it's like a special kind of seasoning or something like that. But for the most part, I'll always kind of like let you guys know where to go to get it. Your local Rouse, Superior, Food for Less, stores that are in there. So yeah. And Kayla, I see your question. Yes, so tomorrow, for those of you who are in 6th to 9th grade, will be your first in-person session. So yes. So yay! So we're gonna see y'all tomorrow. For those of you who are in 6th to 9th grade. If you're in 3rd to 5th grade, we would have seen you on Tuesday, or we'll see you for next Tuesday. So yeah. Sorry, I see you. So awesome. All right, Micah, I like that clean station. Come through. That's what I'm talking about.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you there tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
Oh, so I'll see you there.
Oh,
Same
yay.
here.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll see you there too.
Yes, you will.
Hey, 6th grade. There you go.
Yes, you will.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we're not coming in person tomorrow, do we still log in on the Zoom or it's just in person that day?
You said if we log in. Say it one more time.
If we're not logging in, can we if we're not coming in person, can we log in on Zoom?
Oh, well, so for tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll have in-person activities. Let me see, Micah. Yeah, because Micah, you're in some. Are you in 7th grade?
You said when out? Your Zoom went out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you in 7th grade? What grade are you in?
I'm in 7.
Okay. So yeah, so for you, you will log on for the computer. Did you sign up for the computer animation class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So for you, you would log on online for the computer animation class.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's for those who are in person at the center, they're going to
Cooking
those
class.
who are in person at the center, they will log they're going to log on the computers at the center. But for those of you who are not in person, you're just going to log on from your house and join in for the computer animation class. Okay. And then don't forget to, on Friday, we have virtual playground. So if you guys want to connect and play with other students and make some new friends and play some games together, like really you guys have a ball. You go field trip, all kinds of different games and stuff that you guys like to play. So you'll be able to have fun. All right. Check on your veggies. I'm gonna go check on mine real quick. They're smelling. Your nose doesn't lie. You know, your nose tells you. I know Michaela, she's over there chowing down. Look. Did you do any potatoes, Michaela?
No, I did rice.
Okay. Ooh, so yeah, you could totally do that too. So you could put it with rice. I saw recipes where they put it with noodles. So you can totally play with what you put it with, for sure. Okay, so check on your stuff, y'all. Check on your fish. Check on your and you'll know that your fish is ready when you should be seeing the crust that we put on top should have should be getting brown and crispy. And even if you look at your fish should be looking flaky versus red. Well, it's not red, but it shouldn't look wet. It should look more dry and flaky when you flick it, when you kind of like peek into it. So take a look at it.
Oh, yeah, like that. Miss Christelle.
Yeah.
If we ever play a round of golf, just know I'm probably gonna beat you. So you probably should quit right away.
You know what, Micah? Bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh, wait, hold on. I said that last time I played my dad, and I hadn't worked on my driver.
Yes.
A minute, and then yesterday, so some guy at the golf range showed me how to work on it, and I was hitting so good. So I'm ready for somebody to challenge.
You know what? Look, I'm sure we could all give you a run for your money, right?
No, my irons are really good. I can hit 7 iron. I can hit it in the hundreds.
What? Do we have any other golfers in here? Or does anybody else golf? So, go ahead, Dieter. Go ahead, Dieter.
I was gonna say I don't mind playing mini golf.
Yeah, mini golf is good too. Yeah.
I was gonna say, especially at Go Kart World.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say at Go Kart World they have like this little hole where you have to shoot 2 holes, and the cool thing about it is that the first hole crosses over to the second hole that gives you a hole in one, and the second hole it crosses over to the first hole and gives you a birdie, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. It just sucks how they.
Oh, you're muted.
I think they have a mechanic that switches it every day or something. Because I think like the next day I went, the first hole led to the first area where that gave you 2 shots, and then the second hole give you 1 shot. I'm like, what?
The only golf that I can do is mulligans because the mini golf is really fun, and sadly, like it closed down. Like
yeah.
I kind of wanted to go the other day, but then I saw it and I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah, I could say I was like 7, and I went to Mulligan for the last time, and I played laser tag.
Yeah.
This is basically like the last day. They basically like everyone in. For like $6. I mean not $6, like 1 cent. I'm like, dang, and I was playing out, racking up the tickets, and I think I still have my Mulligan's card, and it's just sitting somewhere in my closet.
I wish like they didn't like close it down. I wish like they like collabed with like somebody else or something. Do like not to be rude, but I think like a Forever 21 or a Payless one. One of those, and like combine their stores a little bit and to save money and still have more.
Wait, there's another Mulligan?
There's another one? Where? That's kind of far.
Hey, I don't care. I want that Mulligan.
Yeah, I mean it's been tough for many businesses. I think them trying to decide like how are they gonna work their business and keep socially distant and all that stuff. So
yeah,
it's been tough.
I know, I miss it.
I know. We used to go every year for our volunteer appreciation day. So we used to have a fun day, golf, and then we would do the laser tag. So all the events and stuff was free. So we would do the go-karts, we would do everything, the batting cages, the rock wall.
This is gonna make me sound really old, but like I have not went in like 5 years.
Old.
I haven't went in 5 years.
Yeah,
and I'm
14.
I haven't went like
ever since you were 7.
9.
No, 7.
9.
No, you just said 5 years. And then
5 years. I'm 14.
Wait, no, it's 7.
It's D.
No. I thought about it.
Ooh, take back to A+. We're gonna give you a negative F.
No, I
was the lowest grade. Lowest grade.
Yes, that's awesome. So yeah, Mulligan's, yeah. Maybe there'll be a different place that you can go to that's like it, but
Go-Kart World.
Go-Kart World.
But they don't just have go-karts, so they have arcades too.
Yeah,
they have arcades. Jinx, you want me to blackout. You see what I deal with, Miss Christelle?
I see clearly what you deal with. And then also too, so like I know Micah said he golfs like in person with his drivers and his golf clubs and everything. And then you guys say you guys do miniature golf. So that's cool. Did anybody else do miniature golf or like golfing like on the golf course? Take me to the course every day. No? Have you ever tried it? No? Okay. Well, we're gonna have to see about that. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. All right. How are you guys? Is your everything still cooking, baking, finishing up?
We're
No,
still
my fish.
baking.
Yeah.
No, don't go outside. Get in here because y'all have to check stuff.
It's hot. I need air.
Oh, well, stand right there. Close the door. Don't go nowhere.
I know. Sometimes they're trying to leave you to check on the stuff, huh? And they're gonna come back in to eat.
They leave me a lot. And I'm like, hello, where's everybody at? So we just waiting on our food.
Hi, Mom.
Is anyone's ready already?
I know Michaela was eating hers. Hers was finished.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Kayla, how's you guys coming? I see some steam there. Is that steam from like your vegetables and your fish and stuff?
Where's Kayla?
She's right there. Kayla, are yours ready?
Oh, right there.
I don't know yet. Almost.
Okay.
Okay.
Woo.
The vegetables are ready.
Ooh, you want to show us? Okay, no problem.
We're gonna take them out the oven right now.
I'm smelling my fish. So that means it's doing something. I'm telling you guys, your nose, okay, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to like a restaurant or if I go out to eat or if I'm driving by somewhere and you smell the food, that's always a good sign. If you go into a restaurant and you don't smell the food, I'm like, that's a problem.
That's like we went to, for the first time, we went to Lucille's out by the Ontario Mall.
Yeah.
I didn't smell barbecue, and I'm like, well, why doesn't it smell like
Yeah.
barbecue? But I found out that their smoker is in the middle of their restaurant.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily barbecue their meat, but they smoke it. And so it's a big, huge round smoker, and they smoke it in there, so you wouldn't smell anything because it's going out the top. So.
Got you. But then when you come into the restaurant, you smell it though.
Because it's going on the outside, everything, because the smoking part, it's smoked and it goes up to the top. It's a big, huge thing that goes up in the middle of the restaurant. So that's why we didn't smell it. Yeah. But I had to ask him.
Of course. I know. Look. I like to smell my food. I like, when you see it, you smell it, you taste it, all that's a part of cooking. A lot of times when we cook, people get caught up in like, oh, their measurements have to be exact or, but really your nose doesn't lie. Your gut is a good gauge, unless you're making something like specific. Like if you're making a certain kind of dessert, maybe, and they say you have to use this much of lemon versus vanilla because the mix, but for the most part, even with that too, you can kind of play around a little bit. But I think food is an adventure as well. So, so we want to play with food. We want to use our senses. If you smell something or if you look at it, you notice the texture isn't right or the taste isn't right, you can add all the things you need because we're cooking with love. So you're going to feel the love. It's going to taste good. You're going to be like, yes. When my food is good, I do a dance. Do you guys do that?
Sometimes I do, but not all the time. Sometimes it's like a savoring kind of like you like, oh gosh, it's just so good. You just kind of slump into the flavor or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I do that. I for sure dance when my food is good. I'm like, yes, this food is good. So, yay! Ooh,
look at Kayla's. Oh my gosh.
Don't hit me, man.
Let me see. Ooh wee. Ooh, beauty.
Wow. Ooh.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yes. Mm. That looks so good. Okay, what does it taste like? What does it taste like? Oh, you taking a picture? I'm sorry. Taste okay. Ooh, that's awesome. That's a great dish. Kayla, you did wonderful. Oh, you know what too? Like how we did the bell peppers. If you wanted to do stuffed bell peppers, well, I guess you could put meat in it, or you can do like this breadcrumb mix with other vegetables that were ground, and you can fill up your veggies there. Ooh. You guys gonna tell us? Okay. Miss Wendy said it's good.
Mm.
I know. I think that the Parmesan cheese and the crust, I think it's gonna make it really like fantastic. And the parsley, all the herbs, and that's in the parsley and all the seasonings we put in that crust. Yes, and then you could crust other stuff too. You could crust it on some chicken. You can crust it on some mushrooms. You can crust it on some bell peppers. Crust it on some just you put all kinds of stuff. That looks good. All right, what about the rest of you guys? Is anybody else's? Look, I'm gonna go check. Let me go check on mine. Let's see how it's coming. And then don't forget to stir your veggies. Your veggies probably need another toss. Mhm. All right, you guys. I think mine needs like 2 minutes, but I know we're over our time. So if